This is part 2 of Yin Yoga workout dedicated to integrity, having integrity. So my phone memory was full. I had to delete some stuff. So I'm back. We're in our butterfly stretch. And we're just going to continue with our little stretch forward, deepening the pose a little bit. Stay here and breathe. Inhale, doing a nice hip opener here. Breathing in, breathing out. Getting into those hips. The hips have been referred, the pelvis has been referred to as the kingpin of the body because it connects the upper and the lower body. So we want to make sure that we take the time to stretch our hips so we don't get too tight. Feel that release. It starts to go across your low back as well. Take another deep inhale here. Slowly we're gonna rise up, draw knees together. Do a couple little windshield wipers just to release back and forth. And then I'm gonna have you kneel on all fours. And then what I want you to do here, I'm gonna have you crisscross your knees, your ankles, I'm sorry, I should say ankles. And then hug your elbows close to your body because I'm going to have you do a set of tricep push-ups where you anchor your shoulder blades down, you scoop your core tight, you hug your elbows, and then you press into the mat, lift up. You hug and then you lift up. Hug in tight. Feel how collarbones are wide. 4, 3, 2, one more. Excellent. Now from here, I want you to go ahead, take your right knee, and you're just gonna lift it and bring it to your right thumb. Take your back leg straight out behind you, and then I'm having you come into a swan. So you want to pull this right hip back, this left hip faces forward. Your back knee faces down, your knee and your ankle are in alignment. And just stay here and breathe. Again, you're going to feel grounding energy, grounding you into the earth, centering you. In case you feel scattered, just coming back home. Once you feel those hips start to release a little more, you can either bring a yoga block in front of you. You could even bring a rolled up blanket, a pillow, and place your forehead on it, and we'll come into our sleeping swan. So you just come all the way down to the mat, pull your heart through, and just take a few breaths here. Focus inward, come to your edge, commit to the stretch. Feel tailbone long. Feel your entire spine lengthen. Feel that right hip and lateral glute. front of the left hip flexor, psoas, quad muscles. Just breathing in, breathing out. Really breathe so your ribs expand. If you breathe in really deeply, maybe you'll feel your belly push out. See what feels right for you. Three-dimensional breathing or belly breathing. Feel those ribs expand, giving you more space, lengthening your spine. You'll feel how these fibers, these muscles in the hips slowly and going into the side of your glute also start to give way and release too. Let's take one more deep inhale here. Gently bring hands under shoulders. Slowly start to lengthen and lift. And then from here, curl the toes of your back foot underneath you. And then you're going to extend that back leg. And then you're just going to come up into your plank. And then what I'm going to have you do, you're going to take your left knee to your left thumb. And then I'm going to face the other way. Left knee bends into the left thumb. And we're just going to come to the other side of our mat. So then make sure this back knee and ankle are aligned. And then we're going to have this left hip fall back as our right hip faces front. We're trying to I'm trying to say square. Square the front of your pelvis directly in front. Extend that leg, knee and ankle aligned. And we're just going to stay here and breathe. So we just want to have our pelvis aligned straight ahead of us. And then you just inhale and exhale. Settling into the pose. Feel those hips release a little bit more. Doing our swan. Feeling grounded, feeling centered, and feeling peaceful, despite whatever else is happening around, out there. Stay centered and stay grounded. As you feel your hips release more, lengthen your breastbone and slowly make your way down to your mat. If you have a yoga block, you can bring your forehead on your yoga block and stay here and breathe. You could be on your forearms. You can come all the way down to sleeping swan by folding your arms. Relax your forehead into the mat. And let's do a few breaths here. Expand into the front, side, back of your ribs. Feel them expand, creating space. Follow the breath. Release the tension. Feel those ribs open apart. Let your spine elongate. Releasing low back tension. Let all the tension release out of that hip and glute. Feel the front of that thigh stretch, that hip flexor. Let's take 2 more inhales here. Deep inhale. Softly release. And 1 more time. Deep inhale. And softly release. Slowly, if you're in sleeping swan, gently press up to your forearms. And then slowly, we're going to make our way all the way back up. I want you to start to curl the toes of your back foot underneath you. Push down into your palms. And then you're just going to swing your leg all the way back. And then I want you to slowly just start to press into a downward dog. And then I just want you to feel how it stretches the backs of your thighs. It's like you're pulling your heart through the 2 arms. You're stretching in your oppositional lengthening energy up and down the spine. Ida and Pingala channels. We're trying to balance your energy. Feel the grounding of your feet, of your palms into the earth. Make a connection like a circuit, a current going through you. Gently, we're going to look towards our knees, start to lift up the heels, gently lower them down, lift up the heels, gently lower them. Keep the neck long. Inhale, exhale for 5, 4, really feel the ribs pulling away from the hip bones. 3, inhale, exhale, 2 more. And last one, gently lower those heels down. Gently come to the knees. Now from here, what I'm going to ask you to do, we're going to just slide straight down to our mat. And then I want you to come into your Sphinx. So in Sphinx, we're going to have our feet, legs together. And then we're just going to gently be pressing our forearms into the mat. And then I want you to feel like the front of the shoulders and chest start to open across. And just stay here and breathe. Feel some length down the sides of your neck. We're opening some space in our spine. We tend to compress our spine sitting a lot, so this is going to help create a little bit more room in there. Breathing in, breathing out. Making sure you're pushing down into those forearms, creating some more space, lengthening the sides of your neck. You'll feel your core muscles stretch a little bit as they dome up to the back of the pelvis, towards the anterior of your spine. Feel how your tailbone stretches long away from you, decompressing your low back. If you like to go into a deeper stretch into your extension, you can come into seal with me if you like. If you prefer not to go deeper into the extension, you could stay here in your Sphinx. For seal, you're going to stretch the arms in front. You're going to feel space across the chest, collarbones wide. Point those elbows down, keeping shoulders relaxed. Feel like the low back has space. It doesn't feel tense. Tailbone long. Get a little bit more space in your spine. Feel your connection to the earth and your connection to the sky. Balance your energy. If this was too high for you, you can come back to the forearms. Slowly make your way back into Sphinx. And gently, you're going to take our forehead to the backs of our hands. Gently rock your head side to side. Forehead represents wisdom. Ajna. Indigo. Color indigo. Slowly come back center. And then I want you to walk your hands under the shoulders. And then just like we did before, roll those shoulders down away from the ears. And then you're going to do this little push-up where you just elevate straight up. Now I'm going to ask you to take it back into your rest pose. So now you're going to sit back. Either do this for extra knee support, or you could sit back over those heels and just slowly pull your breastbone through the arms. Feel the upper mid back stretch. We're just releasing our spine from our extension. Again, breathe into those ribs, three-dimensional breathing. Our diaphragm is our true respiratory muscle. When we learn how to do diaphragmatic breathing, it really helps get the oxygenation into the lower lobes of our lungs. It's calming too. It takes us out of that flight or fight response where we're releasing cortisol, and it helps us to be calm and get into our parasympathetic nervous system. Our levels of cortisol will slowly, instantly come on down when you breathe deeply and slowly. Let's do a little variation. As we take our arms straight back, feel how it opens your collarbones wide, your shoulders are relaxed, and breathe. Feel your low back pulling apart. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel how your spine just feels relaxed, very cooling. When we open the back of our spine, yin effect, cooling. Think of water, think of the moon, darkness, coolness, all yin elements. Think of a dragon. Feel your connection to the earth, grounding you, centering you, bringing you back to peace. Calm. Gently take hands under your shoulders. Slowly start to elongate head away from tailbone. Come all the way up. And next, we're going to come into our caterpillar. And for caterpillar, I just want you to take your legs and stretch them straight out in front of you. Shake out those knees for a moment. All right. You're going to feel the backs of those thighs release. Just going to take a deep inhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen up. And then we're going to start to hinge over the front of our thighs, and we're going to reach for maybe your shins, maybe your ankles, maybe take the lateral pinky toe sides of your feet, and then you can pull wide apart like that. Feel like the inner thighs grab into the outer edge of the feet. The energy come back up into the hips, traveling back up the spine again. Grab your pinky toes, pull them back. Bring the collarbones wide as your chest opens, and stay here. Make that commitment. Find your edge without forcing yourself to go too far. Then you have a little room to grow and get a little deeper into that space you've created for yourself. Really pull your heart through the arms. Hinge, stretch, elongate. Keep lengthening your breastbone forward and through. Breathing in, breathing out. Think of a night sky in the darkness with the moon shining across water. As the moon catches the water, it's iridescent. It reflects. Imagine a mystical dragon swimming through those waters effortlessly, glistening under the moonlight. All yin qualities. Capture that image when you need to de-stress. Think of the dragon in the cool waters in the night sky, with the moonlight giving some light throughout the darkness. Breathing in, breathing out. If you have a little more give, go a little deeper. Take a few more breaths here. Find peace and solace in coming home to yourself, to peace. Breathing in, breathing out. One more deep inhale. Slowly, we're going to rise all the way up. Lengthen top of the head away from tailbone. Feel collarbones wide. We're going to open our heart a little bit. Lift arms to sky. Circle those arms around. And I want you to gently lift into your reverse plank now. So you want to feel how your collarbones open wide. Press into those palms. Elevate your heart and breathe. Take a few deep inhales and exhales here. Breathing in, breathing out. Relax those shoulders. Keep those elbows soft. Tighten your core. Engage your glutes. Lift hips a little bit higher. Open your heart. Inhale. Exhale. One more deep inhale. Exhale, softly, gently release. Excellent. All right. And this concludes our practice for tonight. I'm going to give you a little stretch gently. But I want you to feel like, we want to feel like this part opens. And then I don't want you to think you have to push on your head. I want you to think more, stretch the arm as an anchor point, open across here. And then just really gently tilt up, a little tilt down, really slowly. I want to get into that sternocleidomastoid, on the side of the neck. Relax your jaw, relax your mouth, relax your lips. Tilt up, tilt down, like webbing in there. Open all across the side of the neck. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale, one more. Return to the center. Slowly, you're going to start to extend this other arm. Gently, ever so gently, you're going to tilt the chin a little bit. And then as your shoulder opens here, grounding, you're grounding, anchor point, tilt up slightly, tilt back down. You're going to feel it going into the side there. Just move in a really tiny, small increments. Inhale and exhale. Release the tension. If you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, let's release some of it right here, right now. Tilting up and tilting down. Two more. Release slowly. Relax the jaw, relax the mouth, relax the face. Inhale, exhale very slowly. Bring head center. And that concludes our evening, or whichever time of the day you find this, yin practice with our focus point on integrity. How integrity is like gold, priceless, because integrity can never be bought. No matter how much money you have, no matter how high and mighty you think you are, if you do not possess integrity, you will be looked down on, regardless of what you have. Integrity is internal, it's intrinsic. It means you have character. It means you have value. You don't place yourself on a pedestal about others, you remain humble. So having integrity is a trait that some may think is weak, but actually, those who think it is weak just can't attain it. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate you. Peace.